Alright, hi people, it's Shakes here, and I'm here to do another comparison video for the packaging of the Blu-ray releases for the original Naruto series and Naruto Shippuden, released by Viz Media. The original Naruto series, I believe, was released between about 2020 or 2021 to 2022, releasing about 4 sets, I think, a year, and separating them into 2 sets of 4 in regards to the artwork that the covers make up, as there are 8 sets. For Shippuden, I imagine it's going to be roughly the same for every 9 covers, because there are going to be 18 sets as opposed to just 8, because there's a little over twice the amount of episodes as the original Naruto series. So, yeah. And if you want my opinions on the transfers for these are both these series were animated digitally, and were not initially, at the very least, animated in HD or widescreen. The original Naruto series is only in 4:3, and again, it was animated digitally. Naruto Shippuden, for the first, I think, couple hundred episodes or so, or maybe 100-some episodes, started off in 4:3. Then I think they switched to 16:9. Then they started producing the episodes in HD, I'm assuming, at the very least. Probably just like Bleach. But that had to do with when these episodes came out. The original Naruto series was done between 2003 and I think 2007 in Japan. Naruto Shippuden was done between 2007 and 2015 or 16 in Japan. So, yeah. And cover basically all the chapters of the original manga, and Shippuden even includes adaptations of light novels, I believe, that centered around other characters. So yeah, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is what happened. Basically just mainly for filler material, so they didn't have to catch up to the manga as quickly, because the original Naruto series had 80 episodes worth of filler, so that they could allow Kishimoto to get as far ahead as possible with the manga story, so they didn't have to result to doing a lot of filler early on in Shippuden's run. So yeah. But yeah, so these sets both have 27 episodes. All of them have been upscaled to 1080p, and for the most part, I think the upscales do look fine. On top of that, you can tell that for the original Naruto series, they basically just took the DVD masters and upscaled them that they had. Shippuden, I'm pretty sure that they had to restore those episodes as best they could, because I have the first 2 DVD sets for Shippuden that they released, the collections, I guess, that had the first 13 episodes and the second 13 episodes, first 26 episodes, basically, and I got those years ago, and once I started watching them, I decided not to get the rest of the DVDs because they look terrible. The original DVDs do not hold up whatsoever. So, I was happy when they announced Blu-ray sets for Shippuden, finally. I figured they were going to, because they released the original Naruto series on Blu-ray. They released all of the movies up until the current one, the latest one, which is Boruto, Naruto the movie, on Blu-ray, including, I believe the only one not released on Blu-ray for the Naruto movies was the first Shippuden movie. Or actually, no, it's the 3 Naruto movies and the first Shippuden movie were not released on Blu-ray beforehand, so they took the time to re-release those movies on Blu-ray with the full 1080p masters that they put on HD, or that they put on streaming services and digital stores. So, yeah, so that's good. But yeah, we finally got those within the last couple of years as well. So, yeah. And I just watched the first episode of Shippuden. Well, first episode and a little bit of the second episode of Shippuden on this set. The transfer looks good. The upscale looks good. So, if you have the original DVDs, or if you have seen what's on the original DVDs, or if you've been thinking about getting the original DVDs, this is a good replacement or a good alternative to those DVDs, and I recommend this Blu-ray over those DVDs because they suffer from, I'm pretty sure, a yellow tint. Then there's also low bit rates because of when the DVDs were produced. And then on top of that, this has more episodes than the DVD sets had. The original DVD sets, I think, ran for I think it was 28 sets or volumes, and this will run for 19. These have more episodes, again, 27 per set, maybe 28 at some points, but yeah. But yeah, maybe one or two more than that at some points as well. But yeah, and in regards to the original Naruto series, I recommend getting these over the original DVDs. The DVDs may be more, they may be cheaper as time goes on, but these Blu-rays have a decent upscale, though from what I've seen, again, it's the original DVD masters upscaled to 1080p, then thrown on the discs. So, yeah, so it's not too much of an upgrade, but for Shippuden, you're getting a better upgrade. And then eventually, I'm assuming they're going to switch to the 1080p masters from the HD episodes that were produced in HD. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's basically my spiel about sort of the history of what's been on the Naruto DVDs. So, let's get to the sets. So, basically, it's the same mindset between the two sets, or the two shows sets, where set 1 just has part of an image that's going to spread across several sets as the line goes on. And yeah, so with the first one, we have Naruto right in the middle. You have the Naruto logos and set 1 and everything. A lot of similar things between these two, along with more modern art from, I assume, Studio Perio. So, yeah. In a very similar thing that Funimation did when they re-released Dragon Ball on Blu-ray with the shitty 2013-14 season set Blu-rays, where, again, the pictures all connect once you get all the sets. So, yeah. Now, to just look at these, you can tell that basically the same design philosophies went into them, where, you have the logo for the set, the number set it is, as well as just what's on it, which is just the characters in an action scene and everything. This is Naruto and some of his shadow clones. This is Naruto, Gaara, and this guy I can't remember the name of. So, yeah. So, I would not be surprised if these were designed by the same packaging people. So, yeah, they probably were anyways. I can imagine the marketing department at Viz came up with these. So, yeah. Then we look at the sides, or the spines, and it's basically the same across the two, which is nice for consistency reasons. You got the Shonen Jump logos, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden logos, sets, the number for this. The original series had the throwing stars. Shippuden has the kunai, which makes sense, and the number that all of them are going to have. Basically, these seem to be what Funimation, or the spines at the very least, seem to be what Funimation was doing with the Dragon Ball Z level sets when those were being produced and everything and planned out, and then ultimately canceled. But these are not canceled, thankfully, and that's good. So yeah, and then for the spines, you see you have Naruto right there, Blu-ray and Viz. So, pretty good amount of consistency across the two. Spines, though, have different colors, which is fine, because it's two different series and everything. So, yeah. And then the other spines are fine. The backs also have basically the same layouts and everything across the two, which is fine. They're basically, they're part of the same franchise, and then on top of that, the original manga did not split these into two, although Part 1 and Part 2 are referred to as such in the manga, I believe. So, yeah. But they have a lot of the same things, and the clouds are exactly the same as well. Maybe positioned a little differently, but they are. So, yeah, to take a look at these. As you guys can see, hopefully, you have the logos in the exact same places, the description for these sets, the same places, same amount of, screenshots from the episodes. Again, the clouds are exactly the same. The stuff for the Blu-ray specifications are pretty much exactly the same. And the main feature and special features lists are in the same place. To compare those really quickly as well, You can see it says how many discs there are on both, the resolution, and the aspect ratio to an extent. Although on here it says 16:9 video, later sets for the original Naruto series would have presented in its original 4:3 or something like that, full frame. Whereas this says presented in its original full frame. There was a thing where when the first Naruto Blu-ray set was announced and Viz announced that it would be 16:9 for the aspect ratio, people were afraid that Viz was going to crop the series into 16:9. Thankfully, though, they quickly put out a statement saying that that's not the case, and future sets at some point included that as a disclaimer. So that's good. And yep, this doesn't say 16:9; it's just in its original full frame. Really, that should just say 4:3, but whatever. Both say 1080p as well. Again, upscales, but they're good upscales, or at least decent. Stereo 2.0, English and Japanese audio, and English subtitles. So yeah. And the biggest thing that is different is for the special features, where it says clean opening and endings, or that's what it should say in regards to the language. The original Naruto series had a weird thing where they have open and end cleans. That sounds like a straight up translation just from Japanese for what that would be, without any accounting for grammar. Whereas Shippuden says clean opening and close videos, which it's not too much better in regards to the language and grammar, but at the very least, it's a bit better. So yeah, that's like the biggest thing. So yeah, but everything else is mainly the same between the two in regards to what's listed. Now, if we open this up, I put these stickers in here from the shrink wrap because why not? I believe the original Naruto Blu-ray sets had inserts for various manga things that Viz were releasing at the time. But yeah, so just take these out. Shippuden, instead of having every fourth set have a mini poster, instead has these little cards that will connect after you get however many of them to make the full pictures. Then there's the inserts for various manga, which is Boruto, the original Naruto manga, and My Hero Academia. So, yeah. The insides in regards to the packaging are actually pretty similar. You have basically the same design philosophy with, for the original series, it's the throwing stars, just like the sides have, and for Shippuden, it's the kunai and everything, with these little checkerboard patterns on them. So, yeah, like sprucing them up a bit. The discs have basically the same kind of design too, only the original series has white discs, whereas Shippuden has black. The original series has black and white, basically, in shades of gray, whereas Shippuden has black and orange, which actually is pretty cool. I think that's a good color scheme. So, yeah, it goes with Naruto's colors. So, yeah. But yeah, and it just basically goes throughout this. So the first disc has one of each, and then the remaining discs have two of each. Which, yeah. As you can see, it's even the same Blu-ray case. I don't know how easy you guys can see that, but it's the same type of Blu-ray case as well. And these cases are actually really cool. They're kind of more like heavy-duty and everything. So yeah, camera's gonna die, so I gotta wrap this up. So... Or actually, let me... plug the camera in. to my power bank that I have. So, yeah. So, as you guys can see, there is a good amount of packaging consistency between these two. Clearly, because, well, Viz did put these out, and they probably put the same people that came up with the designs for the original Naruto sets in charge of the ones for Shippuden. So, ultimately, it just makes sense. Same company, same people in charge of these things. There's going to be a lot of similarities. So, yeah. I do recommend these Blu-rays over the original DVDs, especially in Shippuden's case. But yeah, I'm imagining the DVDs got better as they went on. But, yeah. For Shippuden, you're getting a good upgrade. For Naruto, or for the original series, you're getting an okay transfer, I would say. Because from what I've seen, at least of the Bleach sets, and it kind of goes for the original Naruto series as well, they didn't take care of the rainbow shimmering that happens with the older episodes that weren't produced in HD. And yeah, that was a problem with the Bleach sets. I imagine it's a similar thing with the Naruto sets, because I remember watching the DVDs, and there were rainbow effects that happened there. So, yeah, they didn't care to take care of that, unfortunately. And don't say they couldn't have, because they definitely could have if they did proper, like, upscaling or maybe did some stuff with AI, but yeah, because if you pay attention to, like, Discotek or whatever, they upscale stuff for their Blu-rays at points, and they can do, or they have learned how to do a really good job with it, so yeah, and they take care of the rainbowing that happens in some of the shows that they upscale that were animated digitally, so yeah, like mainly Digimon Adventure, so yeah, and they talk about that on their Twitter, so yeah, but basically, these are pretty good sets. I would recommend them. Good job, Viz. Good job to the people upscaling the video for the most part. Good job packaging design and everything. The packaging is also pretty good, I would say. They definitely got art assets from Studio Perio to be able to make these. And yeah, they definitely took some cues from Funimation with their Dragon Ball Z sets. And yeah, it's not bad. In fact, the packaging designs and everything were the best parts of those shitty Blu-ray sets for Dragon Ball Z. So, yeah, if I can just say that. So yeah, if anyone's going to argue that against those Blu-rays are terrible. Like, bad color, bad color correction, oversaturation of colors, too much DVR, cropping to 16:9, instead of keeping the episodes in 4:3. Crunchyroll, please do a better job with the show. Now that Funimation's been absorbed into you guys, just do a good transfer. Just do a good goddamn transfer. It makes no sense at this point why they keep fucking up the transfers of Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, it's either that or AB Group with their upscaling that they did for the original Dragon Ball series. If they could continue with Dragon Ball and GT, that would be great. But yeah. So, I really don't have much else to say. I do recommend these sets again. So, yeah, I'm overall pleased with these sets. So, yeah, they also have any bonus features that were on the original DVDs. So you really have nothing to lose with getting these. So, yeah. So, really not much else to say. So, links description, all my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.